we? Welcome for being here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate the thumbs up. Beautiful day, busy day. Beautiful day, busy day. How are you guys doing out there?
And research first.
There's my plane. It's a little earlier than I thought it was going to be. Thought I had some time before they came and got me. So, 3 people hanging out watching. Henry's here. Henry, good to see you, man. I was thinking about you earlier. I like getting up early and coming out and doing these, but, you know, with it being 48 degrees out this morning, I hid in my house. Cook with Rollo family. How are you, man? It's a good time. Wow, Cook, it's been a long time, man. We haven't seen you guys in a while. Well, I'm doing good. Very glad you're here. Thank you for the thumbs up as you come in, everybody. Wow, how have you guys been? How's your channel going? I need to go back and visit you some more. How's your channel going? How's family life? How's cooking? How's everything for you? Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'm trying to sit outside. You know, it's warmed up where we're at. I mean, it was 48 degrees this morning. So I like to come out and do a little live stream in the mornings and chat with all of you guys and learn what's going on in the world out there. I'm drinking some really bad coffee. I just can't get my shit together when it comes to making good coffee. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't think I'm putting enough sugar in it. But I'm not trying to eat so much sugar. Sugar's bad, right? So I'm trying to drink diet coffee. But my coffee stinks. I haven't found any creamer that I like, because I like cream in my coffee. Because I'm really getting to the point I don't want to drink the fake creamer, like, you know, the stuff that's not milk, you know, that they are, you know, that's made out of chemicals. So, but man, we are grateful that you're here at Cocoralla Family Vlog. Man, and Henry, if you don't know that, maybe you can check them out a little bit later in the morning. Oh man, we're having a busy day. I hope I made the right decision yesterday. My lawn mowing guy was here, and you know, we haven't had a frost yet. We haven't had a freeze yet. But I like, because it helps with my 2 little dogs who are short to the ground. At the end of the growing season, I really like to cut my grass short for one final time, and that's it. Otherwise, I keep it at 3 inches. So I had him cut it at 2 inches yesterday, and boy, and it looks like it's scalped. But now that we've cut all the dead stuff that was up, it looks nice and green under the thatch. So I'm a little worried that we prematurely cut it too short. Or if nothing else, we'll have to come back and mow it 1 or 2 more times before the year gets over with, is what I'm thinking. 4 people in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please do drop us a chat. You know, this new format that YouTube wants us to do and use, and the way that we can get only any traction on our small channels is the more comments in the chat, the better chat rating we get, and the more YouTube will share our live streams out with the world. And so that's kind of how we gotta work it. I am doing our big live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Our very traditional standard 7 p.m. Thursday night live streams. We're still doing those on Thursday nights at 7. But these random pops up are becoming a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment for me and others, and trying to gain some knowledge. We're trying to grow the channel, and some really good news out today, believe it or not. I know Milton has hit Florida, and Milton has did a lot of damage in Florida. A lot of damage in Florida. Good news is all the people we know made it through. The other good news is they're saying the storm was not as bad as that it could have been. So it could have been a whole lot worse. The storm surge was not as high as they thought it might get to, which is great. But still, mass flooding, destruction, everything. At least they're saying now it wasn't as bad as they had originally planned it to be, which is a good thing. But it was still, basically an ass kicker on the state of Florida. So hopefully they can recover quicker, and there's no deaths. The total death rate, won't be anything. And because I think they did a really good job evacuating and trying to manage this. I think and I don't care if you like the politics of the governor of Florida, but I think he actually did a really good job of getting out there and doing everything he can, along with the local agencies and the people, of dealing with the storm in the best way they possibly could. But I was watching this morning. Um, they're all thankful that it wasn't as bad as it could be, apparently. So that's kind of the news of the day. Our friends do not know exactly we know a couple of them. A couple of our friends in Florida who are on the east coast of Florida, a lot of damage, even on the east coast of Florida. The east coast of Florida, where Space X is and all of that region, they still got hit with a Hurricane Cat 1 as it exited the mainland of Florida. So they were still getting hit by a Cat 1. Thank you, 5 people in the house. Give us some thumbs up and drop us a chat. Say hi. If you got a channel, let me know. I'll make sure and go and check you out. So our friends on the East Coast, 7 in the house, give us some thumbs up and drop us. Our friends on the East Coast, Florida, their house got hit with a Cat 1. They've survived it. Just a lot of debris damage, a lot of fencing down, dead tree, tree landscaping, barbecue grill missing, stuff like that. Our friends on the West Coast, where it got impact, they don't know what their damage is. They're assuming the worst. I've been getting a lot of videos because I got some friends in law enforcement and around the community. So I've been seeing a lot of the footage. And a lot of places have 3-4 foot of water, and some have very little, but a lot of damage. But I think they're going to be able to recover quicker than they thought because it just wasn't as bad as it could have been. Not that it was good or that it wasn't bad, but it just is not turning out to be as horrible as they thought. I think Helene, the way it came up and affected Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee, the death toll, the property damage, all of that stuff is going to be 10 times worse than what happened in Florida, just because that part of the country was not ready or prepared for the mass landslides and the flooding and all of that happened due to the heavy, heavy rains for days that hit that part of the country. It's already sunny in Florida. Again, that storm went through and it's out. So those are some good things that we're hearing from our friends down south today. So we're appreciative of that. Oh, man. Even bad coffee can taste pretty good. I just don't know why I make such bad coffee. I got to try to make some videos today. I'm not real motivated today, if you guys can tell. I'm trying to get my motivation on, trying to get excited. I got a bunch of little videos I need to make, and I got another video I need to make. And we do the live stream at night 7. But man, I just got to get motivated, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Give us some more thumbs up and let me know who's all here. Welcome to Drop a Chat. And yeah, I just got to get motivated. I went fishing last night and I'm really disappointed, because all I caught was a stinking turtle and some perch. I know the weather's changing here, but God, I just love to fish so much. It's so disappointing, and um, because you have the skill set, you got the equipment, you got the heart, you got the drive, you got the dogs, and here I am fishing in really bad waters. I need to find better fishing waters, is what I need to do, um, so that I can, catch more fish. But so, how are all of you kind people out there today? What is your mission for the weekend? Is there anything exciting going on in your part of the world? Fall's coming up. Well, we're in fall. It's October, right? So we're technically in fall. We are trying really hard to be more active. We're trying to find more things to do, more places to go, and see that we haven't gone and seen and done before. If that makes sense. And looking for suggestions. Anybody says, hey, man, it's fall time. Maybe you guys ought to consider doing this. Maybe we haven't done it yet, because the wife and I are trying on her days off to be more active and try to get more done, try to enjoy ourselves a little bit more. So we're trying that. I think it's important in a relationship. I've been trying to do a lot more relationship videos. I'm gonna thank you all for being here, and thank you for the chats and the thumbs uppers. But I need inspiration. I need you guys to be my inspiration. Henry says, not much going on here, just watching old cars leaving now. Yeah, I saw some photos, Henry. I need to do a deep search and see if I can't find some, car shows that I can go to here, because then maybe I can live stream the car show, right? Maybe I can get on my little mobility scooter and strap my phone on like I do fishing and go and visit the cars. I don't know. We have the Halloween party coming up, but other than that, we don't really have anything on the upcoming agenda for things to entertain ourselves with, and so I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. The other question I have for everybody, they're everywhere here. Yeah, not here. We've told you that. We kind of live in a prissy society up here. So, or maybe I'm just not in tuned, up here. Maybe I don't know what's going on in my own home ground. 8 people in the house. Thank you guys for being here. Leave us a comment. Tell us who you are, what you're doing. Ask any questions you got. Give us some thumbs up so YouTube actually will appreciate you and me and the world as it goes around and around. So I got to find more things. The good news is this, Henry. Lorelai is going to be crazily busy trying to figure out all this Halloween party crap until Halloween, right? So that's going to keep her busy. So it's like this weekend, I don't know if we will do anything besides go Halloween shopping for crap we don't need. So I don't know if she'll want to go anywhere but running around looking for Halloween crap. Because what is today, Henry? Do you know does anybody know what the date is? What is today's date? The 10th of October. So we got 16 days before the party. But I'm going to see if she wants to go fishing this weekend. I'm going to see if she wants to go fishing. I've been thinking about renting, there's a little lake down by me that rents boats. So I'm going to try to talk to her about maybe Saturday. afternoon, but depending on if it's going to be 95 degrees, and that doesn't make sense. So I don't know what our temp's going to be Saturday, but I might try to take her fishing and do some videoing of that. But I don't know, man. But right now we're focusing on this stinking Halloween party. Every night she comes home from work, she wakes me up and says, well, so-and-so's going to do this and so-and-so's going to bring that. And now they're coming over at 2 o'clock on Saturday to decorate for the party. And I'm like, oh, somebody else is going to make a brain cake. I was going to make a brain cake. I don't know. And I got a bunch of crap coming from Amazon today. So, I don't know, Henry. Relationship advice. You got any relationship advice that I should share with the people, Henry? Because I'm trying to do these shorts now. If you haven't seen them popping up, I've been doing these little YouTube shorts about trying to give a little bit of advice about being about being married or dating or whatever a Filipina. So I've been trying to do that, Henry. I'm trying to get my shorts done daily. I got a list, and I need to work on these today, but I just haven't been that motivated this morning. I don't have any bananas, so I haven't had anything to eat. So, because I like having a banana in the morning. I wish you guys could see my dogs. Maybe I can show you the dog. You can see Daisy over there, right? In between the chairs and the fire pit. They're both doing that because Lily's over here. See, there's Lily and her big fat belly. She was doing the exact same thing that Daisy's doing. This is why I cut the grass really short. The only problem is I wish my lawn mowing people would mulch better because my grass clipping's too tall. And you might go, well, how can your grass clippings be too tall? Well, it's what it does then, it puts more debris in the yard. If you mulch it, it makes it tinier, so the dogs bring in more dead grass in the house. But he doesn't mulch, and I keep asking him about it, and he's like, well, I don't have it. So I don't know. I like it to be mulched. Mm-hmm. So, Henry, let's see. Let me get in here and make sure we're doing good. So yeah, I've been trying to do some shorts on relationship advice. I don't know if they're any good or not, but just keep trying. Keep trying. Lorelai, I'm trying to get Lorelai to do a little bit more videoing. I'm giving advice to Filipinas. Thinking of the FedEx driver, there's the FedEx guy. He just showed up. Now, granted, he's at the neighbor's house, but he just showed up. See? FedEx. But, I was going to tell you, Henry, if you, going to tell you. I know young Miss Bai probably won't listen to you. I know she probably won't listen to you, Henry, or take it seriously. But if you get the chance to mention to her, she might want to be careful around the guy that calls him the unicorn guy that comes on her live streams. He's not right. There's he's not right in the head. There's something not right with that boy. So I know he lives far, far away, so she's not like in any danger or anything like that. But I'm just telling you, Henry, and you probably picked up on it, he's not right in the head. Do I need a video editor? Life lessons in the house. Thank you for being here, Life Lessons, and thank you for the thumbs up and the shout out and all of that good stuff. We appreciate you. I do not. I have video editing software myself. I actually have two different types. I'm not very good at editing videos, as you can contest to by looking at my videos, but I also don't want to be too polished. Maybe that sounds counterproductive, but I really don't want to be too polished of a video guy. I don't want to make videos that looks like a commercial or something. I want to try to make mine flawed because I'm flawed. I try to keep our stuff very real. If we screw up, we screw up. Always try to tell the truth from my point of things. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. So I do have video editing where I cut down and I can add some graphics and I can manipulate some things and do some cool things with it. And I like to do it. But my bigger issue is is finding worthy content. And that's the hardest thing in YouTube land, finding content that people want to watch. And so doing unboxings and talking about a product review, not so exciting. And I don't have the channel that wants to go out and make fun of people. I'm not going to go out there and crash my car and do stupid shit. I'm not going to bully people. I'm not going to harass people on the streets. I'm not going to show women with their tits hanging out. So those are the channels that get a lot of traction on YouTube. And I don't do those. I don't do those. I am trying to build our channel and grow our channel and turn it into something profitable, which it is not. But I want to do it organically and honestly, I guess. So Henry says, yeah, I've noticed that. All right, good. Because I know she may not listen to you. And I might say something to her, but just as an advisory point to her, because I mean, I don't care what she does. But I'm just telling you, there's something not right with that boy. I mean, there's something not right with him. So, he probably lives in a basement in his mama's house or something. I don't know, but there is such of a creep factor with him that it's unbelievable for me, Henry. I mean, he really, 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 really comes across as a creep, and a bad one. I would hate to pull his jacket and see his history. I bet you there's some dirtiness, badness, back in his jacket. But I know we all can only do what we can do, Henry, and it's not a big deal. I just, you know, sometimes we worry about the female YouTubers, whether they want us to or not, because we know how this world is, whether you're whatever country you're in. And since we all kind of have a kinship to the Philippines, we kind of feel bad a lot of times for a lot of the female YouTubers. Yeah, Tip and Cheese at night. I know Tip and Cheese. I haven't seen them in a while now. They're good friends of yours, right, Henry? Tip and Cheese, I think, is one of my subscribers, and I subscribe to them, and I know them a little bit, but not a lot. But I agree. Yeah, Tip and Cheese fine. Good channel, smart people. I'm with you. She's, I haven't watched anything she's done recently, but we know their channel, and I'm not for sure how big her channel is anymore. Let me Google it and see, or YouTube it. Tip and Cheese channel. Let's see how she's doing on her channel. Yeah, she's got like 12,000 now, right? Yeah. Yep. Very familiar with her channel. We just haven't seen anything from her. I haven't watched anything of hers in a while. So, but she's got it figured out, and she's doing really good with it. So, congratulations to her. If you see her or when you talk to her again, Henry, uh, I'm going to make sure I got the alert set for her stuff because I don't know if I get her alerts. So, but when you talk to her or see her again, tell her that, my wife and I say hello. Because I think my wife has talked to her a couple of times. So, well, and the real question is this, Henry, or guys, people. Let's see if I can get my glasses on so I can read. My glasses are dirty. Yeah, she does, and I think it's on YouTube, women have a much better chance of growing a successful channel than us men, unless we're out there doing stupid shit like crashing cars or you know harassing people. But women have a much easier track, and but I think she does it right. I think she has a good channel, a solid channel, and I think what the women on YouTube have to decide, how do they want to be perceived? You know, what is their main goal? Is their main goal to get a few idiots to send them some super chats so they get a couple $100 a month? Or, what is their goal? Is their goal to be a YouTube entertainer and build a channel and not focus and concentrate on the perverts? Or are you going to concentrate on the perverts? So you kind of got to decide which way you're going to go as a woman on YouTube. I know a lot of cooking channels because I like to follow cooking channels. A lot of them are women, and I like to not into the arts and crafts stuff, so I don't follow any of the girls that does arts and crafts. There's a couple of lady fishermen in other parts of the world that I watch, but I just don't watch a lot of the female channels. I just don't. I just don't do it. I just don't watch a lot of them. I watch fishing channels and travel channels, and I watch Filipino channels because that's what's important to me. And that's okay, Henry. Um, I will say this though, is is when women start a channel, they they're going to come to a crossroad. 5 people in the house, 5 thumbs up. I appreciate you all here. They're going to come to a crossroad where they kind of got to go left or right, and that will happen, and that's up to her. And that's up to all of them. That's all up to all of them, which way they're going to go, because their channel's either going to grow and mature, and or it's going to crash and burn. You can't sustain long term a um, a pervert channel. You're going to cap at your numbers because other people aren't going to go to a pervert channel. You're going to get perverts on a pervert channel, but you're not going to get couples like us. You're not going to get other women to support you. You're not going to get a relationship with arts and crafts channels or fishing channels or anything like that when you kind of do that. So I've known girls in the past that have reached that point where and so they will never be. It's hard to get out of that mindset, but if that's what they want, it's okay, Henry. But it is truly kind of up that way. They have to pivot. They have to decide, what am I doing? 6 people in the house. Thank y'all. Thank you for the chat. Everybody jump into the chat. Oh, is Poopy Breath here again? Oh, well. One-minded guy. I feel sorry for him. It's the only reason I don't block him, because I feel sorry for him. I have a heart of gold for pathetic people, and I don't know. I was told a long time ago that to be a good man means taking pity and having pity and empathy for the people that are mentally challenged and physically challenged. And so on this channel, we try really hard to have empathy and pity for those people that are mentally challenged and or physically challenged like myself, Henry. That's kind of what I do. Maybe you should see a doctor about the problem. Yeah, maybe you should. You never know. Yeah, I think he likes it too much. You know, if you like having your leg cut off, why would you go see a doctor? So I think that's kind of where that person is. It makes him feel good. It's the only thing he has going for himself. And there's a lot of people like that. They're one dimensional. And maybe I'm one dimensional. I don't know. But I know a lot of people that are one dimensional. They don't know anything but what the little bit they know. Maybe it's fishing, or maybe it's their dog. Or maybe, I saw a lady on YouTube. God, I don't know whatever happened to her, but this is probably 3 or 4 years ago, where her thing was dolls, creepy dolls. She had a house full of dolls. She collected, and I get it. They're collector's items. And this is like a 60-year-old, woman here in America. And her whole channel was surrounded with dolls, porcelain dolls, and all these dolls. And she would talk about them and dress them and change them and explain everything about dolls there was. It was creepy. I watched a little bit of and I was nice to her, and I'm just like, I can't watch your channel. I can't be creeped out by these dolls you have. You're showing me all these dolls, and she's talking with so much um, love and affection, and and I'm just like, man, uh, okay, but it was just odd, and so there are people out there that are like that and one dimensional, and she couldn't talk about anything else. There would be people on her stuff, and they would ask her other questions, and she had no answer for anything else except for if it was doll related. And there are a lot of people out there that are one dimensional. I saw them when I was teaching college. A lot of students, I had to work really hard to get them to open up their minds because they had been told one thing and one thing only, and that's all there was in life, was that one thing that they were told. So, and I think Mr. Poopy Pants is that away. It's the only thing he knows, which makes us feel sorry for him. What he wants. Oh, I think a coffee grime went through my filter. Is it grime or grind? Coffee grind. So, but that lady was funny. But that's what Poopy Guy does. And so we love Poopy Guy. Poopy Guy, we appreciate you, buddy. Come back anytime. Just glad I can't smell you. So, but I got a whole list I'm working on of short relationship advice, and I'm going to do a video about how to survive a brownout in the Philippines. Because, Lorelai has bought us all of this solar stuff, all these devices that we have. You don't drink coffee, Henry? I didn't know that. What do you drink in the morning? Because I know you're not a big alcohol drinker. So I know you're not getting up in the morning and cracking a cold one. What do you drink in the morning when you get up? I usually drink that little metal juice thing you see, is what I do. But since I didn't have a banana this morning, I decided to tea or water. Okay. Hot tea or cold tea? So I had my Did I have my juice? Yeah, I had my juice this morning, and at about 7:30, and then I did a little bit of work. Sorry, I did a little bit of work on YouTube or on the computer, and then I decided to go hang out on the couch for a little bit with the dogs. Then decided to come in here, and I had to have some coffee to take with me. Claude and Jessica living in the Philippines. How are you, my friend? How are things going for you down in the great state of Texas? Claude drinks coffee in the morning. I think he seems to drink more coffee than anybody in the world, I think. Well, besides John Baker. Um, so, wow. Tea or water? Cold tea. Yeah, I drink iced tea a lot. Claude, how are you, man? We're just having a BS session, having some fun, talking about the Philippines, talking about coffee, talking about, not to poo in your pants. I have 1 cup in the morning. Well, I only have one. Okay, so here's the question. Is this 1 cup of coffee or 1.5 cups or 2 cups of coffee? Because it's technically 1 cup, right? But what does it count for? Two? And this is all I will drink. But Claude, I'm having a horrible time. I'm not making good coffee. My coffee sucks. Why can't my coffee taste like Starbucks? You guys hear that? What kind of bird do you think that is? Is that a hawk? It's a hawk flying. Maybe that hawk spotted something to go eat. Man, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's pissed. See him? He keeps flying from tree to tree. Maybe there's something in the ground over there. It's a buzzard. Last night when we were fishing, we got to see and hear that great big owl. I mean, it almost came down and plucked my eyeballs out, Claude. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, I caught like a 400-pound fish. It was the biggest fish you probably ever seen in your life. And this owl that had a wingspan of 30 or 40 feet was making all kinds of noise, and it flew out of the treetops and came down and almost got me. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, Claude, I'm working on a bunch of shorts. I'm trying to do like you suggested. I'm only dropping one a day right now because I'm trying to get in the groove of making a bunch, and I'm going to put them on file to where they can just be released every morning. So I don't have to do one I'm going to do today I got like 10 of them I'm going to try to work on, and I'm going to schedule them to every day where they come out. So I'm working on doing these new little shorts because you suggested that I do that'd be a good way. And I've done a lot of shorts in the past, but I've randomly just did them whenever. So, but now I'm going to try to do a whole bunch of and put them in the bank, so to speak, so I have them. And I've been writing notes about little relationship topics that I want to do my shorts on. See, there he goes again. Telling you guys. You think he's going to come kill me? See, now he's in that dead treetop right there. He's pissed. See him? You can do a 3-minute short now? What do you mean? A short can be up to 3 minutes? If you're on your phone? Are you sure? Because mine only shows 15 up to 60 seconds. Oh, this month they start. I'll have to figure out what that is. I know YouTube's going to add a bunch of stuff and change. Man, he is noisy. Okay, please, Claude. Great, yeah. Because I am trying to keep them under a minute, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I'm going to try to work on a video today about surviving the brownouts in the Philippines because Lorelei I know my dog Daisy doesn't like that bird making all that noise. She just woke up and's like looking at it going, "What the hell are you doing, man? I'm sleeping here on the couch. And you're over there screaming your head off." So, but Lorelei is compiled a whole bunch of things that we have to have in case we have a brownout in the Philippines and or apparently in America. So we have a solar battery operated fan and emergency radios and emergency lights, emergency backup for energy. So I'm going to do a little video about that this weekend or today if I get it done. It'll probably only be a 5-minute video. So I'm going to do that, but I'm doing a bunch of little shorts, and Lorelei has helped me with some relationship topics because I like doing that. I like giving little hints. Ah, thank you, Claude. Appreciate that. Let me screenshot that link so I will have it if I know where to find it. So, well, Claude, you and your wife and your kids ought to come up for our Halloween party. Okay, you'll send it to me on Facebook. All right. We're having a Halloween party on the 26th Saturday. I'm going to try and talk Henry into coming up for it. We're going to have a bunch of Filipino couples and Filipinos here, and we're doing it went from a simple, hey, I want to have a couple of, ooh, now there's 2 of them. It's too early. It's too late in the year to be mating. But it went from, hey, we're going to have some, I want to have a few girls over, and we're going to have a few girls over, and we're going to cook some Halloween food, which I don't know what Halloween food is. But I told her, yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. So it went from having a couple of her girlfriends come over to eat to this big, gigantic Halloween party with 30 to 50 people, decorations coming out of our butt, a laser light show, a smoke machine, and a whole crew of people coming over Saturday before the party to decorate the house, you know. So our simple little Halloween dinner went, and now they're giving away a prize for the best costume. This is funny. We have planned, well, Claude, one of these days, maybe over Christmas, Lorelai's going to take a few days. We may run down to Texas to see my brother. Maybe, you never know. Maybe we can work something out and hookups this winter. Furry, my pet frog died today. I am so sorry to hear about that. I used to have pet frogs. Unicorn Drag is in the house. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. If you guys haven't, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Furry says, I'm in the darkest time of my life. Well, that's understandable. When we lose a beloved pet, it can send us down a rabbit hole. And that's kind of a sad thing. And just so you guys all know, you can hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. We have super chat going, all of those good things. We also have membership on our channel. We do a live stream every Thursday night, scheduled at 7 p.m. That usually turns out to be a good one. Furry, I'm just Wade. I just wish he got a chance to say goodbye. Well, the important thing is, did you say goodbye? Claude, I used to eat frog legs. I like frog legs. I'm a big frog leg fan. I don't mind them at all. You're going to miss his smile. I understand that. I would too. I would miss his smile and his wet skin and his big buggy eyes. I get you. I get you, man. I like frog legs. Well, that's all right. Just take your time with it. I tell people I do a little bit of grief counseling, and I got a feeling Claude has done some grief counseling in his past. And what I will tell you is this, Furry, and everybody else who's listening, thank you all for being here, is there's no right or wrong way to grieve. Whatever works for you is okay. So don't let anybody tell you not to grieve. When you're done grieving, you will know it. Don't listen to anybody else or anything like that. Claude agrees with me. So we encourage you to grieve however you feel like you need to. That's what we encourage you to do. All right? So you just do your own thing there, Furry. So yeah, Claude, maybe we can figure out something this winter. I don't know if we're going to go down to Mississippi, Alabama, or Texas, but we don't got a lot of time over Christmas, but Lorelai's taking a gap of time. And we've been thinking about going down to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to see my brother. And so maybe, I don't know, you never know. HTN says, sorry for your loss, Furry. I had him most of my life, and I am so upset. Well, that's understandable. Okay, got to get my daughter to eat the eggs. Man, we can't even afford eggs around here. And then they're coming to fix my AC. All right, good deal. Claude, we appreciate you, and I'm gonna figure that video out that you're gonna send me. So appreciate you, buddy. Let me see. I think I missed something. I wanna. And we said hello to the unicorn and everybody, right? Okay. So, Furry, I'm asking if anybody could just say prayer. Guys, I am so sad. Well, here's what I'll tell you, young Furry, is this. I feel like I'm in the Philippines with that damn dog barking all the time. Man, those hawks are going crazy. I don't know what they're doing. Well, here's what you have to understand about pets. Because I'm a pet owner. I'm very fond of my pets. And what you have to understand about pets, we are blessed enough that we get to have them, the pets, for their entirety of their life. The problem is we only get them for a short period of our lives, but we get to be in their lives for their entire life. So you got to take solace in the fact that you are able to take care of your pet, love and nurture your pet for their entire life. And that's a truly wonderful thing. I just wish I could bring him back. I am 32 years old and I have him most of my life. Well, I understand that, but we can't. We can't. He was the smartest frog I've ever met. Well, nice. That is very good. I think the same thing about my dogs. My dogs are the most brilliant dogs in the world. They're the best looking dogs. My dogs are prettier and smarter and better than every other dog in the world. So it's okay. And nobody's going to try to convince you otherwise. You should feel that way about your pet. You should feel that way about your wife, too. That's what I try to tell people, right? We should try to feel that way about our women folk. But just remember that. Your frog was blessed because he was with you. All right, Henry. He was with you his entire life. And you got to have him for part of your life. And so we're both blessed that way. All right. I don't blame you. Sometimes after a pet dies, you don't want to keep any of their belongings anymore. You don't want. I mean, a lot of people do that with fish tanks. We have fish tanks. And I don't know, I mean, I know some people that when their fish die, they go, I'm tired. I don't want the fish tank anymore. I don't want to go through the work and the hassle. So they put their fish tanks up for sale and they get rid of all of that. We have fish tanks, so I know how that works. So I think it's a good thing to do. You give him a send off like nobody else could. You give him that send-off so that he can go to the great frog heaven in the sky. Well, it's all right. You could keep it, but you're choosing not to, which is okay. Jesus Christ, dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? Eat! Feel like I'm in the Philippines. Well, do you have a picture of your frog? If you got a picture of him, and you got memories, you've had them all your life, you said, and you're 32 years old, that's a good thing. Think about all of those memories that you have of your frog, and just do that. So that's a good thing. So we're proud of you, Furry. We're very proud of you. I need to get John Baker to teach me how to make coffee. Somebody needs to teach me how to make good coffee. Why does Starbucks coffee taste so much better than mine at home? That's what I want to know. Why? What am I doing wrong that I can buy a Starbucks coffee and drink it down because it tastes so damn good? You can chug it and swig it and go, oh my God, this is the best shit in the world. Then you come home and you make coffee and it sucks. Serge. Hey, I'm Serge. Well, Serge, it's very nice to meet you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, but I appreciate it. Serge, tell me about yourself. Give us a thumbs up there, Serge, and I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And the super chat is turned on, so you're welcome to do that. But Serge, give me an update on yourself. Tell me about who you are. Who do you want us to know? Well, it's understandable, Furry. It's understandable to be upset. It really is. And I don't think there's any advice anybody can give you that make you not upset. Okay? Just keep that in mind. There's nothing... Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on over there? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Let me get caught up. Serge says, I subscribed. Well, thank you very much for that. Very appreciated. Well, but you can hold the memories. You can hold the memories for life. And that's what's important. So, Serge, tell me about you. Where are you from? Are you from the United States, Switzerland, the Philippines, Thailand? Which country are you from? Serge, Furry's having an emotional day because he lost his pet frog. His pet frog died. So he's having an emotional day. But that's all right. So pets are hard. It's hard when you lose a pet. And that's understandable. It's a beautiful day in this part of the country. What's the weather like where you all live? And you guys catch my fishing show last night? I didn't catch any frogs fishing. I caught a bunch of turtles. Maybe you could switch to a pet turtle. Oh, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these people? Would anybody like a dog? There's some dogs in the neighborhood that needs good homes. I can hear them barking. Maybe they need a good home. Would anybody like to adopt a dog? So Halloween's coming up. We got big plans for Halloween. We're not going to be giving any candy. Ooh, there's a squirrel. Our neighborhood is doing something weird when it comes to Halloween this year, which we're not going to participate in because we never participate in it. And Halloween, we don't do that. We have a Halloween party, but we're not giving out candy. So we're not going to give out candy to the little kids because I don't do that. But apparently, our neighborhood has gotten together, and I don't think there's probably more than 20 kids if you're lucky in my neighborhood. I don't know how many there are. There can't be very many. They've decided they're all going to come together as a group, and their mamas and dadas, I guess, are going to walk them up and down the streets. And instead of the kids going up to the door and knocking on the door, they want the homeowner to come out to the curb and give them the candy at the curb. So now they're wanting the homeowners, instead of being knocked on the door, to bring candy out to the curb at a certain designated time to give candy to all their children. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to participate. I think it's rude and inconsiderate, and I think it's the spirit's not there. So they think everybody ought to come out and recognize these very few children that live in this neighborhood. They're expecting every household to come out and give them candy. How selfish is that of parents? I think it's not good. Furry says, well, I just want him back. Well, maybe you can go and get his twin brother somewhere. Maybe you can adopt another one. But remember this, time heals all wounds. In time, your heart will soften and you will realize that things are better. So just keep that in mind. But I found it interesting that these people in our neighborhood has decided to get together for their children and think that we as homeowners should come out and recognize how great their children are and give them candy. You know, I found that kind of funny. Is what's happening here. So I don't know if I can do that or not. Actually, I know I can't, and I'm not. So, but we don't like to hand out candy during Halloween. We're not candy hander-outers. We're just not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So, is there a tradition that any of you guys follow on Halloween that you enjoy or hate or think is, well, we always think that our loved ones go too soon. But what we have to understand is they are better place. They're in a better place. They no longer are suffering. They're no longer in pain. Your frog can eat all the flies he wants and never gain an ounce. So whatever frog heaven consists of, just remember, he's experiencing that. And it's actually kind of selfish of us humans when we regret that someone or something has passed away. Because when they get to go to that great frog heaven in the sky, why would we begrudge the frog to go to heaven and eat flies, right? Why would we begrudge our dog to be free of pain and to be able to chase cars and bark and eat chicken all they want just for our own selfishness? Our good man, the good man is back. I appreciate you, Big H. The Big H is back in the house. Oh, I am just miss him so much. That's good. Thinking of the flies, maybe you can go and get some flies and bring them into your house, and that would help you remind them of your frog. That might be something that you can do. Might be very good and helpful for you to get over your traumatic loss of your frog. Oh, there's a fly right there. You could have had that fly. Sorry, not a frog, but there's a fly right there, right over there. Furry, you could have that fly if you want it. You're welcome to it. I don't need it. So we're trying to come up with some and my little video I did about being married for 10 years has gotten pretty good traction. I'm trying to convince my wife to do a video about what she has learned from being married to an American for 10 years. Thank you for all the thumbs ups, everybody. We appreciate them more than you know. Thank you for all the chats and dropping in and out. Every time you give me a chat, YouTube loves me. I'm here on the phone. Well, why are you on the phone, Jack? Why are you, you know? Oh, you mean you're on the phone? I thought you meant like you were standing or sleeping on the phone. So, or maybe you're on the phone, you know. I'm gonna miss the tricks he played. I am so upset. That's okay. You know, we understand that you're gonna miss things. Just think about this. Your poor frog is dead. Your frog's gonna miss everything. Jack is saying hello to the Big H Man. We're gonna change Henry's name to Big H. I used to be called the H Man in high school and through parts of college. They referred to me as H Man, you know, for my last name. I guess now on YouTube I'm called PAC, which is fine. So maybe we can change, because you know how I like to change everybody's names on here. I don't like to give you the same name that you have. You know, maybe we can call Henry the Big H Man or the Big H. How's that? I call John Big John because, you know, it's just like the Big John song, which I think is humorous. So maybe we can start referring to the HTN as the Big H. You okay with that, Henry? Well, um, well, there you go. Say, there you go. Well, Henry isn't my name, so there you go. See how that works? Furry says, I wish I could just hold him. Oh, you poor thing. You know, here's the good thing. Henry's not my name either. So, you know, oh my goodness, Furry is still upset. I thought Furry, I thought you were in jail. You know, HTN. Well, Henry isn't my name. Jack sent me a message. All right, let me look at it, Jack. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to use multiple devices. I know Claude sent me a message earlier too. There's Claude's. Okay. Oh, that's you. Warning. Motherboard 128.0 centigrade. Oh, your motherboard's too hot. Is that what that says, Jack? You're saying your motherboard gave you a heat warning of 128 degrees centigrade, right? Is that what you're talking about? Well, that's too hot, Jack. I don't think that's the way your computer is supposed to work. I'm not a computer expert, but I think that's not good. I wish he wasn't dead. We know. We've established that you miss your frog. I'm lucky to use one. Did I miss you, Henry? What did I? Big H. We can start just calling you Big H, man. I think Big H fits you. Furry is still sad. Furry, I thought you were in jail. I thought somebody told me you've been arrested. You know, that's what I thought. So, Jack, obviously, the picture you sent me is telling me that you have a computer malfunction. I got to do some Googling today. Henry, I need to ask you a question because I need to Google this. I Googled it and said the processor overheated. What, did you have a fan burn out or something? Furry says, I'm praying he's in a better place. Well, I'm sure he is in a better place because now he's no longer in pain. I got to Google this, but on our Subaru, it's an automatic, obviously. You know, the shifter, Lorelei said the other day, and I know it's had, she's not that strong. But the other day, she put the car in gear, and I guess when she did, there was something that popped, and the shifter knob came off on our Subaru. And she said that something kind of snapped and flew. So I'm assuming it's probably some kind of retainer ring that was holding it in place. Now it all works. You can put it down and works. And I snapped the boot back on it. Um, so, but the shifter knob will do this now. But it still works. Everything works. So I need to Google that and find out about if I can fix it myself or just take it in if I got to take it in the dealership because I don't want that knob to be loose because I don't know if it would cause more damage to the car if we can call it to the to the gear shifter by having that where it's loose like this where it can slide up and down on the shaft. So I'm not for sure, but I don't know if you know anything about that type of stuff, Henry, or not. But yeah, I think it has to be like a ring or something because she said, and I couldn't find it in the car, that a little piece of white plastic when she did it, and maybe she pulled up, maybe when she pulled back, she pulled up, but something snapped, she said, and the boot came disengaged, the boot disengaged, and she said something, when it happened, a piece of plastic flew up and landed somewhere in the car. So I'm thinking you're right. It's a ring or a spring or something. But right now, what I've been able to do, um, maybe, maybe I'll have to check the warranty. That's a good point. It may be under warranty. So what I've done is I was able to take the boot and snap it back on the gear shifter. So now the gear shifter just doesn't come up, but it still moves up and down because it's not attached to the shaft. It's just attached to the boot. Yeah, I'll have to check that and see if it's under warranty or not. I will. I will. Because we drive her car a lot. Furry says, I'm trying to take it off my mind, but I am so sad. Why didn't you do drugs? Maybe if, I don't know what kind of drugs you have around you, but heroin, cocaine, crystal meth, marijuana, alcohol, Prozac, all of those things help with being sad about a dead frog. Plastic, yeah, and that's what I mean. Um, that's what I mean. I just gotta. I'm gonna see if I can find the schematics, right? Online and see what is missing. Maybe I can identify it. But I'll call the Subaru dealership and ask them if my car, if that's covered under warranty. I don't know if it is or wouldn't be, but Jack, you got a good point. Um, we gotta check that out and see because I don't want to be, I don't want to make it. I don't know if I'll break anything inside. Is my point. So Jack says, "Whoa, I am too sad to go outside. I am so upset." Well, that's all right. Well, then stay inside. You know, just stay indoors. I would turn off all the lights and you know, and hide under the blanket. That's what I would do. It should be, yeah, yeah. But I don't. But Henry, my question is, you don't think there's? I'm gonna. I would cause. You don't think there's any? Do you think there's a chance of me damaging the gear shifter because the knob is loose? That's kind of my question. So I'm kind of wondering how imperative do I need to fix it? How fast do I need to do it? That's what I'm worried about. Do I got to, is it something that if we screw up, am I going to blow my transmission up or something? Probably not. That's what I thought too, but I'm just curious because I don't want to make her car worse. Jack says probably not. Mark is in the house. We're talking about a frog that has passed away. Well, Furry is, and Furry's very sad about his frog. We're actually talking about the gear shifter on our Subaru and about dating and relationship advice. I'm looking for topics on dating and relationship advice. So, but we got talking about the gear shifter on the Subaru. The 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 shifter knob popped off the other day on my wife, and she said some little plastic thing went flying through the air in the car, and I'm assuming the rest of the plastic crap probably fell down in, and so it comes completely off, and so I've been able to reattach the boot. It snaps on just fine to the shifter, but it still wants to go up and down. So I was trying to figure out if it's something that's going to cause a lot of damage to my car, and or if it's something I can fix and all that stuff. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I'll check the warranty and all of that, and that's what I mean. If it's just a plastic ring, I might have to order it. It may be a dealer part, but if it's something I can do, I'll just do it myself. Furry is still so very upset about his dead frog. Mark, we've been trying to encourage Furry to get psychological counseling, but he doesn't want to do that. And he doesn't understand that grieving is a natural process. So, I've offered him a lot of many suggestions, but he's just wanting people to share his grief with him. Mark is what Furry is wanting. So, you got any advice, Mark, for Furry and his dead frog? So that's what we got to do with Lorelai's car. I really am thinking about next year. I was going to buy, I think I told you guys, I'm really interested in buying the new Subaru Brat or Baja that's supposed to come out next year. But I don't think I'm going to buy it anymore because we have a truck. I have a truck, my fishing truck that you guys have all seen, right? And Furry, and just asked if anyone can pray, guys. You can stop my crying. We already did that. We did that, and we're here for you, Furry. You just grieve however grieves best for you. There's probably a plastic clip that might look like a staple that holds it down in place. I've seen the retainer clips for older cars at AutoZone. All right. Big H says, take your time and be around your friends and family, Furry. Look for your emotional support group wherever you can find it. If you need to go out in the woods and dig up other frogs and share your grief with them, they could probably very much relate to the loss of a frog, another frog could. So maybe that's something you can do. Maybe you can find a pond, and go out there and just sit in the water quietly and let the other frogs come to you and they can counsel you and help you with emotional support. Just trying to give him a good burial and trying to afford it, so I am so sad. Well, here's what I can offer you, Furry. If you'll just give us $100 super chat, I will make sure that your frog has a good funeral, okay? So you just drop $100 super chat there, and my mental telepathy and the power of being that I have in the world to make changes through my mind, we will make sure to give your frog the proper send off so that he can have all the flies he wants in heaven, and it's only going to cost you $100. All right. So yeah, I think that's what I got to do is find that. I just need to sit down at the computer and Google it a little bit, because I know if I took it to the dealership, if it's not under warranty, they'd probably charge me what, an hour labor, which at 120 bucks an hour for an hour of automotive labor. I would think. I don't know, but and to make sure he has what he deserves. That's great. That's what I said. Just do a super chat, and that will make everything better. So we were looking at buying that Baja, the pickup truck, Subaru pickup truck. But since I have a truck, and I kind of like my old truck, I've decided next year, I think I'm going to buy a Lincoln Aviator. It's the midsize Lincoln SUV. And I really want one that's fully loaded. I'm going to go look at some. Maybe I'll take you guys on a video with me one of these days. I want to go start test driving those. Because since we drive a lot, Lorelai's car is great on road trips. It really is. That Subaru is really nice. But I wouldn't mind being fat and being old, having a nicer seat. Her Subaru seats, they're air conditioned, they're heated, but they're not a luxury Lincoln seat. And after 3 or 4 hours in that car, my back starts to hurt. So I'm thinking, maybe we need to get a little bit more of a luxury car. Well, in order to get donations, you have to give a donation. Furry, that's what I'm telling you. In order to get donations, you have to give. When you give, you receive. And that's the way it is on this channel. That's what I mean. Right, Henry? If you go to a dealership and you take your car in, whether it takes them 30 seconds to fix it, they charge you an hour. So, and if you go 60 minutes and 35 seconds, they charge you for 2 hours. So I don't want to, if it's not under warranty, I don't want to go to a dealership unless I absolutely just have to. You know what I mean? I just, especially for that. I got a brother who was a mechanic at a Ford dealership for most of his life. He owns his own little oil change place now, but he was a certified Ford mechanic, and that's what he said. Man, dealerships rip people off. That's how they make their money. Apparently, they don't make a lot of money selling cars. Ken Unger is a car salesman up north, and but apparently the dealerships don't make a lot of money selling cars. They make their money from services and stuff like that and add-ons. I'm going to try to help. I just want him back. Well, look, just because he's dead doesn't mean, you don't have to, you can't keep him. You can keep him in your house all you like. Keep him, put him in your pocket and just walk around with him. And yeah, worked at many dealerships, so you get it, right? And, but I think this is something I can do. I think we can fix it. And if I got to take it to the dealer, because I want to keep Lorelai's car in good shape because it's her car. And she doesn't want to get rid of it. We paid cash for it, and it's the top of the line Subaru, and she really likes it. And if it makes her happy, she can drive that car for 10 or 15 years, I think. And we never have it, and we don't have any issues besides putting tires on it. I spent $1,000 on tires a while back. But if it makes her happy, I won't make her trade it. Because I told her the other day, why don't we go trade your car for a Lincoln? And she's like, well, I kind of like my car. And I'm like, yeah, but you'd like a Lincoln better. So I'm going to buy the Lincoln for me maybe next year after we move again. All right, Henry. Furry, I have them in the freezer, but need a proper burial, so I'm so sad. Well, if you got them in the freezer, you know what you could do? And this might be the thing to do. Put them in a blender with some cilantro, maybe some salt, pepper, some ice, or maybe you could do a frog ice cream. You could just put them in the blender, throw some ice and some heavy cream, and then you can eat him, and your frog will always be with you. That way, you have ingested your frog, and he will never be anywhere but in you. That might be the thing to do. So, but we really like these Lincolns. You can pick one up slightly used, like 2 years used with 30,000 miles or less for about $30,000. So I wouldn't buy a brand new one because they run $67,000 and they're too damn much. Maria, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? How are things in your world? What's going on with you? Thank you very much for the thumbs up. And we really appreciate you being here. And I mean that. We appreciate you. How are things going for you? What's up? Anything new on your channel? Anything like that? I know you, so let me give you a blue wrench. That way, if anybody, look, and that's the other thing I forgot to tell you guys. If anybody has a channel and you have a blue wrench, you don't have to ask my permission. You're welcome to drop your link to your channel or a video, Maria. I turned you blue so that you could do just that. Mark says, let me get caught back up here. Furry, could you visit a taxidermist and always have the frog with you physically? There you go. I didn't think of that one. You could have a taxidermy and you could just keep it in your house. I know people do that with cats. Maybe you could do it with your frog. Mark, I think that's an outstanding proposition. Maria says she is good. Thanks. No, we're happy to, Maria. We like to, we support everybody else's channels. You guys have all heard this. If you don't have 100,000 subscribers, then you need help. We need support. And I know very few channels personally that have 100,000 subscribers. I know a lot of you guys have 20 and 30 and 40, which is gigantic. But if you don't have 100,000, you still need help and support. So Maria, we're happy to help and support you. And I know you guys are happy to help support our channel. And if you haven't checked out Jack's channel and everybody else's that has one in here, then do that, please. And I know they will return the favor. But do you have anything new on your channel that's coming out? Furry says, well, I'm still trying to afford a proper send-off. I am so upset. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Furry. Life is not about money. If you get hung up on going, I can't grieve, I can't send my poor little frog off to froggy heaven because I don't have the money, then that's the wrong way to look at it. You're disservicing your frog. You're doing a disservice to your frog. It's not about money. And your frog's going to hate you and resent you for thinking it's all about money. Because now your frog thinks that's all you care about is money. But not very nice, Furry. Not very nice. Mary says she agrees. Thank you. Appreciate that. We do appreciate you being here. And there's so many other people so worse in the world than you, Furry. At least you had a frog. Right, guys? Right? At least Furry had a frog. There's a lot of people that don't even have a frog. So you need to be grateful for how great your life is and how many years you got to spend with your frog, Furry. Right? Now, come on now. You straighten up and fly right. Do better. Be better, Furry. I expect better out of you. So that's what we're thinking about doing. We want to go on a cruise. We're not going to go to the Philippines next year. Lily, oh, hell yeah. My dog Lily loves them damn frogs. Where is my Lily? My Lily's laying out in the sun. She's got her fat belly out in the sun like this, like me, showing her belly to the sun going. Our dog Lily, man, she's killed and eaten and chased so damn many toads and frogs, it's unbelievable. To the point where, and here's what's funny, and Jack knows this, and I'll digress on this. Lily knows that these toads secrete a mild poison that foams up her mouth. She knows this, and she hates it. It's nasty, it's gross, but she still, after we get her and we clean out her mouth, wash her face, she will immediately turn around and go try to find that damn toad again. It's kind of cold. It is. We're in Arkansas. So this morning it was 43 degrees. It's warmed up now. It's a beautiful day now. It's in the low 70s with a slight breeze. It's absolutely beautiful right now. But it's October, mid-October. And so our leaves will be starting to, all we need for the fall colors is a nice rain. if we could get a rain, our leaves would change colors and it'd be really pretty here. But we haven't had rain in a couple of weeks and there's no rain on the forecast. But yes, so I know you're in Hong Kong and it's still summer. We really want to go to Hong Kong. Hong Kong's one of my bucket list places. It really is. So it's getting cold. So in the mornings and the nights it's cold. During the day it warms up. And we will have up until probably December-ish before it turns and and stays in the 40s and the 50s. But how are things in Hong Kong, by the way? I'm from the Philippines. Yeah, I know that you. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that you living in Hong Kong and being from the Philippines. I don't remember which part of the Philippines. My wife is from Cebu City. But I don't. But I don't think you were from Cebu, if I remember right, because we haven't talked in a while. Jack is in the Philippines right now. Our good friend Mark is here in the United States. Henry HTN is in the United States. And Furry is in Frogland. He's in Frogland. So what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite food in Hong Kong that if somebody was coming to Hong Kong, what would you tell them to eat or drink that's representative of Hong Kong? Because that's what I like to do. I like to, I like to, when I go to countries, I ask people before I get there, what one or two things would you recommend that I go and find and eat it? Because that's representative of that part of the country, world. So, and because I know if I remember right, you're an OFW in Hong Kong. So if I remember right, you're one of the ones that are sacrificing your life and in Hong Kong to work and to make a better life for your family in the Philippines. So all of the OFWs should be very proud of themselves. I think being an OFW is one of the hardest things you can do, most people can do. Soup noodles, okay. Iced lemon tea. Iced lemon tea, popular. Now, we have in America, we have iced tea with lemon in it. So you will have a glass, and I'm trying to see if it's the same. We'll have a glass, and you put brewed iced tea in it, you put ice in it, and you put a wedge of lemon on it. Is that kind of the same thing? Or is it a different formula? Is it more lemon with a little bit of tea and ice? But we do that in America. We have iced tea, black tea, and we put lemon on top of it, and that's lemon in our tea. With or without sugar, that's up to you. HTN is back. This is our good friend Maria. She is from Hong Kong. She's an OFW from the Philippines. She's given us some advice about what food to eat. Oh, you're having problems with the water lines where you are? I hate the people who are working on the water lines right now. So they're shutting your water off, turning it back on, shutting it back off, turning it back on, all of those things. Are you getting to enjoy that? You know, we seem to have a lot of power outages here, and we don't understand that. It's like we get power outages left and right for some damn reason. Go out there and tell them to quit, Henry. Just say, look, bitch, don't do it anymore. The bad thing is you got to have utility companies and you got to have people working on stuff. So, Maria, do you have any plans to head back to the Philippines anytime soon? Are you going to get to go home anytime soon? We've been invited to go to a wedding in the Philippines in the spring, but we're not going to make it for that. We truly want to take a cruise over in Europe instead. But now we're a little bit worried about war in Europe, so I don't know if we're going to get to do that or not. Wow. They've been working on the same line for over a year and they can't stop the leak. Why don't they just sleeve it? You know what I mean? There's a lot of new technology now, especially in cities. You know, the big cities where they can't tear up the roads and go do all of that craziness. They've got like an inflatable membrane, like a big condom, but it goes inside of the existing pipes and it's thick and but it's pliable, and they can insert this and it goes all the way through pre-existing pipes and seals everything and now becomes a liner for old plumbing. Maria says hello to HTN. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to her, she's one of our good OFWs. She's got a good channel and does good work. Maybe next year, hopefully. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate all the OFWs. We appreciate the fact that all of you, a lot of you girls, OFWs, you have YouTube channels to try to stay in touch with everybody and share your experiences and what you learn and the good and the bad and the ugly of being OFWs. And so we actually have a lot of respect for OFWs. But we want to go on a cruise to like the Mediterranean, but we kind of need for people not to be blowing each other up over there. So we don't know what's going to happen, but we really want to go on a cruise next year. Yeah, you know, you're probably right, Henry. Look, inefficiency, utility companies, government, we don't care if things get done quickly and easy. You know, as long as we all getting paid and we keep getting paid, right, then it's all okay. So they're not going to be in a hurry to fix it because then there's nothing to do and there's less pay. And I know this from being a state employee for 25 years. We were actually told many times, no hurry to get anything done. You know, don't need to be too efficient. You know, you can slow it down. You know, money's still coming. You know, so I remember being told that as a young state employee at the college. No, 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 slow it down. You're going too fast. You know, we need to milk this for everything we can get out of it. Kind of sad, but true. Very, very true how the utility companies work. It's kind of like when you're on the side of the road and you see one guy digging with a shovel and five guys standing around talking, right? To try to figure out, well, where should he put the shovel? Should he go left-handed or right-handed? Should he dig a half a scoop or a whole scoop? Should we put the scoop over by the tire or should we put the debris pile over here? Well, let's have a meeting about it, you know, while the one guy's doing the work. So you gotta love it, Henry. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. So yeah, we like to go. We will probably go to the Philippines in the year. We know for sure we're going to go back to the Philippines in 27 because we got to decide what to do with some land we own. Um, we got to decide whether we're going to build a couple rental houses on it or just keep it or sell the land and make a profit. So we got to do that. That's 25, 26, 27. No later than 1927. No later than 1927. No, because this is 2024, 25, 26, 20, yeah. So sometime in late 26 or 27, we got to go and figure out the house issue in the Philippines. We do. Just like a hospital or doctors, they're in no hurry. No, the longer they take, the more they can bill you. Alextro is in the house. Thank you for being here. Giving us a thumbs up and a shout out. We appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. There's a lot of really good other channels up in the chat. If you want to go back and subscribe to them, I would appreciate that. So subscribe to us. Give us a thumbs up. The super chat is open for everybody. what I found was interesting, after my coma, and I got out of the hospital, got out of the rehab center, and I was finally able to make it home, and my head was starting to clear. We would, my coma hospital visit, we spent like 1.5, or it was like $1.5 million, and even after I was in the step down rooms and I was awake and coherent, I thought it was funny. We'd have all these doctors that I had no clue who they were. They would literally come in and say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Smith." And they would look at my chart, on the iPad or whatever and go, "Huh, And I'm like, "Well, all right, is there anything we can do for you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they'd go away. Well, I found out through looking at the billing records, every one of those many doctors who just came in and read my chart, who had nothing to do with treating me, billed my insurance company. Every one of them. I mean, we had literally 30, 50 different doctors who billed the same amount or different amounts for a in-room visit from the hospital. I mean, I don't know how they got away with it, except for the fact that my case was kind of unique. So maybe somehow they were able to say, "Oh, they were consulting." Visited me once, charged $150 to the insurance company. And all you did is look at my chart and say, "Is there anything we can do for you?" And I mean, that happened, and that's the real truth. Alex, your flag, I can't tell which one it is because it's too small. Which country are you from? I'm not for sure which one that is. So if you're still listening, let us know which country that is. It looks like maybe Jamaica, but I don't think that's accurate. I just can't see it. So you're absolutely right, Henry. It's crazy how much they would extra bill for everything, you know. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And I wind up having a friend that worked in the hospital billing office that I went to high school with. And she told me, she's like, her job was to collect payment. And she would be like, you would be shocked how many people she dealt with every day that didn't have the money to pay their hospital bills. And maybe if all these doctors didn't come in and just try to generate revenue for themselves in the hospital, then people could afford their medical bills, right? That pissed me off to see that all of these many doctors over a 2-day period after when I was in a step down room, getting ready to go to a rehab facility after the coma. I mean it. We had 30 to 50 doctors just come in, look at my chart, and ask how I'm doing. And later on, figured out each one of them got to bill anywhere from like $75 to $500 to the insurance company for that little visit. Crazy, crazy, absolutely crazy. What are you going to do? So, well, all right, my friends, it is noon o'clock here, 12 o'clock here. Henry, I appreciate you. I'm going to get off here. Maria Blogs, I appreciate you. Alexo, I appreciate you. Jack, appreciate you. Furry and his dead frog, I even appreciate you. Claude didn't stick around for very long. Mark was in the house. Thank you, Mark. I'm going to be live again tonight. We're going to be doing our 7 p.m. live stream tonight. So we will be back tonight, guys. Let me check anybody else. And maybe I'll take you guys somewhere fun and interesting this weekend. We don't know yet. So, but I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you need my help with anything, let me know. But we'll be back live tonight at 7. But I need to go find some food for my wife to eat and get her motivated to go to work, because when she works, she gets paid. When she gets paid, she brings home that bacon. So, all right, my friend Henry, we'll talk to everybody later. Appreciate everybody. Jonas says hello. Jonas, we got to sign off, but you're welcome to come back. We do appreciate you being here and giving us a thumbs up before we get out of here. But Jonas, Come back tonight at 7 and tell us all about things. We'd love to have you back. So, but as we leave here, Jonas, give us a thumbs up. So take care, guys, and we'll see you guys tonight.